Hello, friends. We're going to be using this website to do a quick simulated investigation into the factors that affect the rate of solubility of anything. We're in this example going to use sugar to figure out how things dissolve. So if you take a look at the document that I've created for you, you're going to be filling in information on it. Okay, this is the link to the website. You're going to look at temperature, agitation, which is just a big fancy word for stirring, and the size of particles. Okay, so you're going to take a look at this and you're going to gather a little bit of data here. On the simulation, it talks about this interactive exercise. So just follow the instructions for clicking. You click on the beaker and then it says click on the hot plate and it gives you data. Okay, it lets you see how hot the water gets. You type in, so there it says the temperature of the water. You type it in here. You don't even have to put degrees Celsius because it's already there, but if you want to, you can just copy and paste it from the top or hit insert, and it's a special character, degrees Celsius. Okay, and then there's a little timer that comes up when you add the sugar in, and you click on the timer and it gives you the time in seconds. Make sure you record that entire number and type it into this here before you move on to the next part with the cold water. Okay, I'm not going to finish that right now because I want you to see how to do the rest. So then you're going to describe the difference in the rate of dissolving the sugar in the hot and cold water. Then use the evidence to generalize the effect of temperature on the rate of dissolving solids. So here is where you will say, how does the temperature of the water seem to affect the amount of time it takes to dissolve the sugar? When the water is blank, hotter or colder, right? It takes blank time for the sugar to dissolve, more or less. Okay. Then this picture here is also on the website. Okay. In the investigation above, both solutions are stirred, and you'll see in the little video the spoon is stirring the sugar to help make it dissolve, right? Another word for stirring is agitation. You're going to look at this diagram up here and explain why you think stirring would increase the rate of dissolving. Okay, in this picture, you have solvent, which is the big blue dots representing the water. You have solute, that's the little purple dots representing the sugar. And then stirring is what happens here when we have this arrow, and then at the end here, the solute is dissolved, and the little lines are representing forces of attraction. Okay, and so then you see that the solute is distributed more evenly in between the solvent particles. So using that picture and your knowledge of when if you order unsweet tea and try to add sugar to it, why is stirring going to help? Okay, and if you're still not sure, so you need to explain that, right? Why is stirring going to increase the rate of dissolving? Okay, and if you need help with that, there's a little check your answer link right here that you can click on, and it will pop open a new window, a little window there that will help you see an explanation for that. Okay, and then finally, here, this last part, sometimes sugar cubes are used instead of granulated sugar. Granulated sugar dissolves faster than sugar cubes. And there's a picture here. So you can see granulated sugar means the sugar that's already broken up into grains, and the sugar cubes are cubes of sugar. So keeping that in mind, which piece of equipment could be used to increase the surface area of the sugar cubes to increase the rate of dissolving? So you're going to pick a piece of equipment to see which one will make the sugar cubes smaller, basically, right? This is a mortar and pestle, this is a balance, and this is a hot plate. So which one do you think? And you can also click on these things to check your answers, okay? And I have them here on the document labeled in this data table, and you can write in the little boxes which one is gonna help you, could be used to increase the surface area of the sugar cubes to increase the rate of dissolving. Which one do you think and why? Okay, don't just pick one and say, I think it's this one. Tell me why you think it's that one. And then type it into the box, whichever one you pick. And if you want to tell me why one of these other ones might help you dissolve more, but not necessarily by sugar increasing surface area, you can. All right. And so then that's it. Like, that's all I want, is to make sure that you have a little practice with this idea that temperature and stirring of the solvent, the water, can affect the rate of dissolving, and the size of the particles of the solute can affect the rate of dissolving. And that's in yesterday's notes too. So if you take a look at the notes in Schoology from the vocab from yesterday, you'll see that information in those notes too. They can help you out. All right. And then when you're done, turn it in. And you can always try this too with real stuff if you want.